Hello, everyone. Shh. We are navigating the 4-month sleep regression, and I just got her to fall asleep. See my eyes? That's what they look like. At nighttime, after getting the 3 other kids to sleep and just getting the baby to sleep and having been up since 2 a.m. because little one is so tired and does not want to sleep. Welcome to day 6 of Multi-Faceted Mama Diaries. I am excited to be here with you all today in all of my glazed eye glory. Today's a Wednesday. Wednesday is not one of my work days. It's a day that I intentionally I don't work unless I feel inspired to do something that connects to my work in some way, which I actually did today. I felt inspired to share just some real raw posts about myself, my life, my experiences, and also to do a giveaway. I posted about a giveaway. Today's 2/22/23, but exactly 1 year ago on 2/22/22, my first solo book launched, and it was such a momentous experience, such a momentous journey for me, for my family, and a marker for me of, I can't think of the word, but there was something around it that felt just momentous. And so because it's the 1 year anniversary, I decided that I would share a giveaway of the first 4 who reach out, that they get to get a free either audio version or hard copy signed book of The Reset, A High Achiever's Guide to Freedom and Fulfillment. And that is still going. So if you listen to this week, let me know. The first 4 that reach out and let me know which version they want, either the audiobook or the signed hard copy, will get that. I just asked that if you want the hard copy that you pay for the shipping and handling. But that was exciting. So that was something that I shared about today too, and I'll continue to share about that until the 4 people that win the giveaway get to have that I get to have my blessing be a blessing unto others. So I digress. I have been up since about 2 a.m. This morning because little one is definitely having a hard time sleeping. If you're a parent, if you've had babies in the house, you might be familiar with the 4-month sleep regression, or maybe you're not. Maybe you blocked it out. I will tell you, so this is my 4th baby, and I really don't have a strong recollection of the 4-month sleep regression for my other 3. So, if you're like me, maybe it wasn't the case for your other kids, or maybe you blocked it out. I don't know which one is the case for me, but definitely she is experiencing that. She is actually 17 weeks today. So I'm enjoying the snuggles, though. I have to tell you, she's a really good snuggler, and I really like to snuggle. So I'm grateful for every moment of it because she feels like she's growing up so fast. She I was just telling my husband moments ago that she feels like she's growing up faster than the others. But she's so cute. She's so cute. So I'm going to try not to keep looking at her, and I'm going to look at you. But we just want to be cautious that we don't wake the sleeping baby tonight. Okay? All right. So if I'm talking a little bit low, you might want to turn up your volume. You know why I'm talking a little bit low, because this mama wants to get some sleep after this. Well, I'm going to do some writing, and then I'll plan to get some sleep after this if the baby is still asleep. So let's hop right into our challenge, our growth, our good, and our gratitude for the day. And if you have decided that you're going to jump into this social experiment / personal challenge with me, I encourage you to go ahead and grab something to write with or whatever works for you to dive in with yourself and explore what challenge, what area of growth, whether it's an area that you've grown in that you recognize today, or an area that you're noticing that you'd like to continue to grow in, something good and something gratitude, something grateful, to go ahead and dive into that for yourself. So the challenge, the challenge today. There were a couple things. One thing that was challenging for me today was balancing the line with one of my kids who is a teen and is having a hard time, and reached out to me via text during the school day, which they're not really supposed to do, right? But my wanting to help her, my wanting to solve the problem for her, but also my knowing that I need to support her in learning how to solve some of these problems on her own as well, and really towing the line between how much do I advocate as the parent and how much do I support her in advocating for herself, right? How much do I take the lead, and then how much do I teach her how to practice taking the lead for herself? And it really is something that I don't believe that there's like a clear-cut answer to, because it does depend on the severity of the situation. It does depend on the context, and who's involved. It depends on your child, right? And what their strengths are, what their challenges are, where they're at developmentally. I mean, there's just so many variables that it depends upon. I don't believe there's a cookie cutter answer to it, but I do believe that if we boil it down to just the basics of what we really need in these situations, is to really practice our own discernment as parents. And this is the challenge that I continue to grow in, to practice my own discernment as the mom of a teen, where I'm really good at helping people, right? I'm really good at helping my kids. I'm really good at supporting them. I'm really good at those things. I'm really good at doing things for them. But a teenager, they're learning how to do different things on their own. And, the push-pull and the experience with the teenager is just, if you have a teen, or if you've had a teen, you know what I mean? It can be intense. It can be intense. And it's developmentally appropriate, right? So we don't want to react in a way that shuts them down, or in a way that seems unsupportive. We want to react from a place of compassion, right? And so that's the challenge. There are a couple challenges, but that's the one that I want to share about and reflect on today, because I know it's going to resonate with so many people, but also it's one that, since my oldest has entered preteen stage, this has been going on for years, this isn't new, has entered the preteen stage. It's one that I have each day been working with myself around, really towing that line of how do I show up as the best mom, as the best me that I possibly can in these moments, some of which are emotionally intense, some of which pull upon my own trigger points, my own buttons, kind of push my own buttons, right? How do I navigate that myself, while also discerning what it is she needs, and where I need to step in and where I need to step back. And when it involves things that I feel are really unfair for her, that makes it even harder for me. This most recent experience involves some things that really aren't fair to her. And so as her parent, I do feel that I need to step in and advocate in some ways. At the same time, there are parts of it where I know I need to step back. There are just some certain parts of it where I know I need to step back and instead be a teacher a guide, a sounding board, a support to her, but not able to actually do it for her. Even if I wanted to, in fact, I wouldn't be able to do certain parts of this for her. And that's challenging, right? That's challenging as a parent. I can't do things for her as a teen the way I could when she was younger. I can't really even talk to her in the same way, the way I could when she was younger. But something that is good, um, that I noticed actually happened yesterday, not today, was that I see the markers of her having paid attention, of my efforts having paid off, of trying to show up as best I can in the moments that are challenging throughout the years of her life. And yesterday, one of my younger ones was just having an emotional moment and was feeling frustrated. And so my oldest sat down with him and said, I know you're feeling this way. I get it. I hear you. I'm here. And also, let's focus on the solution instead of focusing on the problem, which is something that I say. How can we focus on the solution? Are we focusing on the solution, or are we focusing on the problem? And really sitting down with him and helping him talk it through. And it was, I wish, like, I have it recorded in my mind, of course, but I wish I could have, in the moment, I was like, oh, I wish I could get this captured. But I have it captured in my heart and I have it captured in my mind. And that's definitely good enough for me, right? Because it was just such a beautiful moment that I definitely didn't want to take my phone out. I just wanted to be present in it. And that is such a good celebration. That is such a good thing to notice and to experience, and something I'm really proud of, not just of myself, but really proud of her. Proud of her. And I love seeing those moments with my kids when they show up in that way. And you're like, oh, those times I took those deep breaths, walked away, did some meditation, took care of myself. Like, it's paid off because I was able to show up in a better, more sturdy way for them. And now they're able to do the same more and more and more and more and more, right? And so the way that we show up, it makes more of a difference than we realize so often. So that's one of the challenges, one of the goods. And I know one of the gratitudes I have from today, so I woke up, as I said, really early. But I had planned that while the baby was sleeping today, I would get my taxes done. And I didn't completely finish them, like uploading things for the CPA and stuff. But I did, even though things didn't go necessarily as planned, I stuck to my intentions to just have a present, feel good flow of a day. And what that allowed me to do was to be more flexible with the baby not sleeping throughout the day today. And therefore, I wasn't feeling like overwhelmed or stressed. I wasn't even really feeling like exhausted, even though I had been up for a long time, because I was being gentle with myself and bringing myself back to the present moment to be present with her. And that was really helpful for me. Something that I do sometimes catch myself, wanting to kind of just refocus on getting things done. And that's something I've worked on for years and years and years. And so I'm in a much better place now with it than I was, say, like 7 years ago. So I've kind of mastered the practice of catching myself there. But I'm really grateful that today I caught myself from trying to pull back and doing things for the sake of like getting them done because I said that I would, like all of the taxes and stuff, because I got to be more present with her. And I didn't exhaust myself more than I like already was in my eyes because of the lack of sleep that I had. And what ultimately happened was she did take one nap. She took one longer nap today. And I did get some of those taxes done. And when she awoke, I wasn't making myself like frustrated or stressed out or anything like that. I was like, okay, that's enough for now. And I put it away and I was able to be present with her again. And that's something that as moms especially, don't we get easily pulled into multitasking? I'll tell you, if you were to talk to me just 7 years ago, I would have told you I'm the queen of multitasking, and I would have worn that badge proudly, right? Like, and I was really, really good at multitasking. But what I've learned is that multitasking too much, too often, too intensely, that actually burns us out faster and faster. That actually leads us to feel more resentful and more exhausted. And it does not make us more productive. It does not increase our performance or productivity, because our brain is not meant to focus on a ton of things all at once. And so it really feels jumbled if we keep doing that to ourselves over and over again. So getting to catch myself in wanting to go down that path today, but then not going down that path, or noticing that I was leaning towards that path and then kind of catching myself and pulling myself back to the present moment, is something that I'm grateful for. Something that I'm grateful that I started intentionally practicing years and years ago, so that I'm here in this place where I can catch myself earlier and earlier with it, and really feel the difference, within myself and within my day-to-day and within my relationships with my kids. So what do we do so far? We did the challenge, we did the good, we did the gratitude, and so the growth. An area where I want to continue to grow is around some of getting pulled in to, so old beliefs. Let me backtrack a little bit. So old beliefs that I had formed when I was a child around not feeling wanted or not feeling valued, are beliefs that I have worked on for many years at this point, and a lot of deep work on it, both with myself and with other professionals and things like that. And I've made a lot of progress, but I can sense that they do pop up sometimes still when I specifically post offers related to my coaching business online, and automatically can sometimes catch myself going to this place of like, well, no one cares, or no one values what I do, or no one really wants that, or people are just rolling their eyes at me, or people are just ignoring me because they don't value what I offer. Um, and that is a part of me, a young part of me, that was, wounded, that was hurt many, many years ago, time and time again, that I have shifted my relationship with over these years. But it is also a part of me that is not fully healed. And I don't believe that we ever fully heal every single part of us, right? Like, I think we're always able to find a way to learn, to grow, to heal. Um, Maybe my perspective on that will change over the years, but so far from my experience, personal and professional, it seems that the healing journey is an ongoing one. And so the area that I would like to continue to grow in, because I noticed it today when I shared about my giveaway, my offer to share some of my books to celebrate my anniversary of the release last year. I did notice that some of those old thoughts did pop up a bit, and I needed to take some time with them, not to feed them and make them bigger, not to like beat myself up for feeling them or anything like that, but just to notice that they're popping up and what they're popping up around, and to intentionally kind of shift my relationship with them and how I'm thinking about them and responding to those parts of me. And so that's an area where, because it's popped up for me again today, and it's something that I've been experiencing since I was a child, it's an area where I would like to continue to grow. It's an area where, a lot of people have a lot of shame around. I for sure had a lot of shame around even having those thoughts, those parts of me, for quite a while. And so coming on here and sharing this with you in and of itself is an opportunity for me to grow deeper in my relationship with these parts that I used to feel shame around. And now I can say to you, like, I don't feel shame around it anymore. I I want to embrace all of the facets of me. And that includes all of the parts that are inside of me, young, bossy, like all of the parts that are inside of me that were created for a reason, that formed over the years for a reason. And I want to be able to have a healthy relationship with all of them. And I've been working on that for many, many years, but I'm committed to that journey, and I'm committed to continuing to work on those relationships. So we're at almost 20 minutes tonight, which I think is the longest that we've gone so far in the diary series on the 6th day. So I'm going to close it there. Also thankful that the baby's still sleeping at this moment. And I'm grateful for your time. I know it's precious. I know it's limited. And so thank you for hanging out with me tonight. If anything comes up for you around any of this, feel free to leave comments below. I welcome your input, your connection, and community here. Until next time.